The thing that I'm very bummed about in this whole thing is the person that was with him, Quan Bray, like actual friend of mine. Like I haven't talked to him. Obviously, in the NFL, whenever guys get cut or guys leave, you don't have conversations with them as much as you should. You keep up with each other on social media, but you can be having lunch with somebody who you consider a very good friend and not see him for the next 6 years because he gets cut after lunch. Like, that's just the way the NFL is. Quan Bray and I got very tight. He was a returner. I was actually the person on the team that would tell him where to line up after watching the other punter. I was like, me and Quan were actually good friends. Quan, incredible human being who has been through a lot in his life. I mean, if you were to ever read his story, it is a very sad one. This is last night, whenever I read the police report, once Schefter tweeted out, by the way, Schefter just knows everything and gets everything. But once Schefter tweeted out that 157 pounds were found, I quote tweeted that and sent out, oh, that's all I said was, oh, like this is like Hurd, I believe his name was Alan
Hurd, yeah.
Alan Hurd. This is like real, like,
Sam.
This is Sam Hurd. This is like real weight. 157 pounds in duffel bags is straight out of a movie that you would never expect people who have good professions to be doing so. Sam Hurd walked out of a restaurant with a kilo of cocaine from an undercover, right? He was playing in the NFL whenever he did that. It was a mind-blowing thing. It's like, hey, you're in the NFL, you're making all this money. Why would you ever jeopardize it by doing this? Or at least have somebody else do this. This is the same question that's being asked here. And the fact that I have an actual friend involved in this now has turned it from an alarming story to a completely sad story for me. 157 pounds of marijuana in Texas, by the way, is a potential real-life ender for a lot of people. I am going to try my best to reach out to old Quan, who's a friend of mine, and try to kind of figure out what's going on with this. But this is a very sad, sad story. I have no idea how it happened. I have no idea why it would happen, especially with states that have legalized marijuana. I don't know anything about the guy that was driving, Mr. Robinson. I do know Quan Bray, and I was heartbroken late last night in the middle of my vitamin-induced thoughts. I was very, very sad for Quan Bray. 157 pounds. You're trying to do some real stuff with that. Like real stuff with that. And I don't know how, whenever you have $30 million made, which is what Greg Robinson has made, right? He's made $30 million. Like, get a drone. Like, why would you go classic drive through the border and think that I have so many questions. Why are you moving 157 pounds of marijuana whenever it's legalized in America? Just get somebody to go to Colorado and ship it to you. I mean, if you're going to be a drug dealer, let's at least do it in a smarter fashion. If you're a notable human being, like I am so bummed for Quan right now, because he's a smart guy. Like, he's a smart guy who's obviously in a terrible... I'm bummed for Greg, bummed for Quan, but I don't understand how any of this adds up. I don't know how you think this is a good decision. I don't know if maybe somebody was... I think there might be layers to this story.
I would assume so.
That there's somebody potentially forcing them or something along those lines. But, man, this is a sad story if you think about it from somebody who has a friend involved in it, which I just learned last night that I actually...
It's like a We're the Millers situation.
Yeah, exactly. By the way... This is me, okay? This is you. This is the top. You're going to go behind there and do that. We're the Millers, but with people that have a lot of money in the bank account already. I just don't know how it comes. But that was an alarming... 157 pounds was trending last night. 157 pounds was trending. Greg Robinson was trending. A lot of things were trending last night because of this, because of how alarming it is. I want to hear the entire story come out, and I'm very bummed for my friend.
It was brought to my attention earlier today that the Steelers beat the Browns again. Bam Morris was busted with 220 pounds of marijuana.
Bam. Jeez. Any other news, please?